In 1866, Lynn T. Barrett completed the first Texas oil well after drilling down 106 feet in an East Texas area appropriately known as Oil Springs. Production came in at a measly 10 barrels per day, but the discovery had been made. Nearly 50 years later, Spindletop would come in and announce the arrival of the first Texas oil boom. Production took off in the early 20th century, and ambitious oil and gas companies would drill a well anywhere they could fit a rig. At one point, a city block in Kilgore, Texas, was home to 24 wells, coming to be known as the world's richest acre. In response, the Texas Railroad Commission passed Rules 37 and 38, establishing well spacing and density requirements to protect natural resources, correlative rights of landowners, and primarily to reduce fire hazards and to minimize the danger of water percolation into oil stratum from wells drilled in too great a number or in too close a proximity. As a result of the new rules, operators turned to pooling to meet well spacing requirements and allow for drilling on tracts not previously developed due to space constraints. The Texas Supreme Court stated in Wagner and Brown v. Shepard that pooling benefits mineral owners, operators, the state, and the environment by reducing the number of wells needed to maintain efficient production while protecting correlative rights. It also allows operators to hold a larger number of tracts based on drilling of fewer wells. Pooling can be accomplished in many ways, with the most common being the inclusion of a lease pooling clause in an oil and gas lease or the execution of a pooling agreement. The key to pooling is that operations and production anywhere within the unit will be considered to have occurred upon all lands in the unit. Therefore, individual ownership ceases to exist under individual tracts, but rather becomes undivided interest in the production obtained from the entire pooled unit. The Texas Supreme Court held that pooling creates a cross-conveyance among the owners of minerals under the various tracts of royalty, or minerals in a pool, so that they all own undivided interest under the unitized tract, and the proportion their contribution bears to the unitized tract. Royalty is then distributed based on the ratio of each lessor's surface acreage to the acreage of the entire pooled unit. What to do then when an operator wants to drill a modern horizontal well, thousands of feet long, under lands covered by old leases, without a pooling provision, without a separate pooling agreement, or when the lease expressly prohibits pooling under certain conditions? This is the problem faced by many operators today. Horizontal wells are drilled today across the country. Allocation wells are drilled not only in Texas, but also Oklahoma and other states. However, Oklahoma's process is statutorily based, with all matters running through the Oklahoma Corporate Commission. Today, we're focusing on allocation well issues unique to Texas, as it is a highly utilized process that is still quite risky, as we've yet to see a court of competent jurisdiction determine its legality. While the ability to drill horizontal wells is not new, the rapid increase in the number of permits is astounding. In the year 2000, according to the Texas Railroad Commission records, almost 4,000 permits were filed for vertical wells in districts 7C, 8, and 8A, which is the Permian Basin, while only 199 horizontal permits were filed over the same period in the same areas. In 2013, the first year allocation wells were permitted. Only 176 wells out of a total of 26,356 total permits were allocation wells. In 2018, in the same districts, 2,397 vertical well permits were filed, but horizontal permits had skyrocketed to 8,022. That is a swing from less than 5% to 77%. As technology developed and drillers honed their craft, well bores grew from 1 mile in horizontal length, then to 1.5 miles, then to 2 miles. Recently, operators have been drilling as far as 3-mile horizontal well bores. Chesapeake Energy drilled an Eagleford well with a 17,000-foot lateral.